This video is about sequencing problem, processing of n jobs 3 missions. In this case, first we have to convert 3 mission problem into 2 mission problem using some conditions. That is, the smallest processing time on mission A and C is greater than or equal to the greatest processing time on mission B. Select the minimum value from mission A and mission C and select the maximum value from mission B. The condition is minimum of mission A greater than or equal to maximum of mission B, or minimum of mission C greater than or equal to maximum of mission C. If either or both the conditions are satisfied means we can convert 3 mission problem into 2 mission problem. The processing time for the first mission is processing time of mission A plus processing time of mission B. The processing time for second mission is processing time for mission B plus processing time for mission C. After converting 3 mission problem into 2 mission problem, we have to find the optimum sequence of the job using Johnson's algorithm. For that, you have to identify smallest element from first mission and second mission. If the smallest element comes under first mission means we have to do the corresponding job first. If the smallest element falls under second mission means we have to do the job last. If there is a tie, that is we have a smallest value in both the column means you have to do the job falls under mission 1 first and do the job at last, the value which falls under second mission. If there is a tie minimum among the first mission or a second mission means you have to select anyone in the respective missions and order accordingly. After finding the optimal sequence, you have to find the time in and time out for all the 3 missions. Then you have to find the idle time for all the 3 missions. And then you have to find the total minimum elapsed time to complete the job. Let us move on to the problem. Find the minimum total elapsed time for the following sequencing problem. Here, some 6 jobs given. The processing time of each mission to the corresponding job is given. We have to find the optimal sequence first and then you have to find time in and time out for all the 3 missions and then you have to find the minimum total elapsed time to complete the job. Step 1. Convert 3 mission problem into 2 mission problem. For that you have to select the minimum element from mission A and mission C. In mission A, the minimum element is 2. In mission C, the minimum element is 8. And from mission B, you have to select the highest element. The mission B, the highest element is 8. For converting 3 mission problem into 2 mission problem, we have to select the minimum value from first and the third mission and maximum value from the second mission. Minimum of mission A is 2. Minimum of mission C is 8. Maximum of mission B is 8. Here, minimum of mission C and maximum of mission B value is equal. The condition is minimum of mission A greater than or equal to maximum of mission B, or minimum of mission C greater than or equal to maximum of mission B. Here the second condition is satisfied. So we can convert 3 mission problem into 2 mission problem. Minimum of mission C greater than or equal to maximum of mission D. Both the values are 8. So the condition is satisfied. So we can replace 3 mission problem into 2 mission. First mission, mission P is nothing but mission A plus mission B. The second mission, mission Q is mission B plus mission C. The first mission is mission A plus mission B. Second mission is mission B plus mission C. Now the job is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for the job we have to find the first mission and second mission value. Mission P is mission A plus mission B. For job 1, mission A value was 3. Mission B value was 8. For job 1, mission A value was 3 and mission B value was 8. So the total is 11. For the second job, mission A value was 12 and mission B value was 6. So 18. And for job 3, mission A value was 5 and mission B value was 4. So the total is 9. And for job 4, mission A value was 2 and mission B value was 6. So the total is 8. And for job 5, mission A value was 9 and mission B value was 3. So the total is 12. For job 6, mission A value was 11 and mission B value was 1. So the total is 12. The first mission value was over. And for the second mission, you have to add mission B value and mission C value. For job 1, mission B value was 8, mission C value was 13. So the total is 21. Job 2, mission B value was 6 and mission C value was 14. So the value was 20. And for job 3, mission B value was 4, mission C value was 9. So the total 13. For job 4, mission A value was 6 and mission B value was 12. So the total is 18. And for job 5, mission A value was 3 and mission B value was 8. So the total is 11. And for job 6, mission A value is 1 and mission B value is 13. So the total is 14. Next we have to find the optimum sequence for this particular problem. Optimum sequence is possible only for 2 machines. For that purpose only we convert 3 machines problem into 2 machines. Now we have to find the optimum sequence for this particular problem. For finding the optimum sequence, you have to identify the minimum value from both the machines. Here the minimum value is 8. It comes under first machine. So the corresponding job 4 comes first. The next minimum value is 9. It comes under first machine. So the corresponding job 3 comes first. The next minimum value is 11. It comes in 2 places. One at mission 1 and another one is at mission 2. And for this 11, the corresponding job is 1. It comes first. You write the value first. And for this value, the corresponding job is 5. It comes at the last. So you write like this. If your value at mission 1 means you write in forward manner. If your value in the second mission means you write it in a backward manner. The next minimum value is 12. It comes in 2 places. The tie occurs in mission 1. So you can select any one. If I select this value means the job 5 is already completed. The possibility is 6th job. So you write 6 here. The left out one is job 2. So you write it here. The optimal sequence for the job is 4, 3, 1, 6, 2, 5. Next step, we have to find the minimum total elapsed time. For that you have to find time in and time out for all the machines and idle time. The optimum job order is 4, 3, 1, 6, 2, 5. This is the optimum job order. You have to find time in and time out for each machine. So we start with mission A, the first mission. For mission A, job 4, time in is 0. The initial value is 0 always. Time out is 0 plus processing time for job 4 is 2. So 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. And for job 3, in time is 2. You write the same value here. Out time is 2 plus processing time for job 3 on machine A. 2 plus 5. For job 3, time in is 2 and time out is 7. And for job 1, time in is 7, time out is 7 plus processing time for job 1 is 3. So 10. For the 6th job, time in is 10, time out is 10 plus processing time for job 6 on machine A is 11. So the value is 21. And for job 2, time in is 21, time out is 21 plus processing time for a job 2 on machine A, that is 12. So the total 33. And for job 5, time in is 33, time out is 33 plus processing time of job 5 on machine A is 9. So the total is 42. For machine A, time in and time out for all the jobs is over. Next we move on to machine B. For machine B, the 4th job starts at 2 because the 4th job completes in machine A only at 2nd hour. So the second machine, the processing time starts at 2nd hour only. The time out is 2 plus processing time for job 4 on machine B is 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8. Time in for 3rd job is 8. So time out is 8 plus processing time for a job 3 on machine B is 4. So the value is 12. The next value starts at 12. Time out for job 1 is 12 plus processing time for job 1 on machine B is 8. So the total is 20. In time for job 6 is 20, but here machine A complete 6th job only at 21 hours. Out time is 21 plus processing time for 6 on machine B is 1. So 22. And for the next one, in time is 22, but job 2 on machine A completes only at 33 hours. So time in for machine B is 33 only. Time out is 33 plus processing time of job 2 on machine B is 6. So 39. And the next one is time in is 36, but it is not possible since the 5th job completes on machine A only at 42 hours. So here the in time is 42 only. Out time is 42 plus processing time for 5th job on machine B is 3. So the total is 45. The time in and time out for machine B is over. Next we move on to machine 3. We have to find time in and time out for machine 3. So time in for machine C is 8 because machine B completes the works at 8th hour. Machine C starts the works at 8th hour. So 8. And time out is 8 plus processing time for job 4 on machine C is 12. So the total is 20. The next, in time for job 3 is 20, out time is 20 plus processing time for a job 3 on machine C is 9. So 29. Next, job 1 in time is 29, out time is 29 plus processing time for job 1 on machine C is 13. So the value is 42. The next one, in time is 42 for 6th job. Out time is 42 plus processing time for a 6th job on machine C is 13. So the value is 55. Time in for job 2 is 55 hours. Time out for job 2 is 55 plus processing time for job 2 on machine C is 14. So the value is 69. Time in for job 2 is 55. Time out for job 2 is 69. And for job 5, in time is 69, out time is 69 plus processing time for a job 5 on machine C is 8. So the total is 76. 7. Time in and time out for machine C is over. Next we have to find the idle time for all the 3 machines. The first machine starts the work immediately, so no idle time. And here it starts immediately, so no idle time. And next job starts immediately, so no idle time. Here also starts immediately, no idle time. Here also no idle time, and here also no idle time. The job starts only at second hour. So first 2 hours machine B is idle. So 2. The next work starts immediately, so no idle time. Third job starts immediately, no idle time. First job starts immediately, so no idle time. Out time for first job is 20, but in time for the 6th job is 21. So here 1 hour is the idle time. So I write 1 here. And the next 6th job completes at 22nd hour, but the second job starts at 33 hours. So the idle time is 11. And here second job completes at 39 hours, but 5th job starts at 42 hours. So 3 hours idle time. We have to find the idle time for machine C. For machine C, starts the works at 8 hours. So first 8 hours machine C is idle. So 8. Then third job starts immediately, no idle time. First job starts immediately, no idle time. 6th job starts immediately, so no idle time. Second job starts immediately, so no idle time. And 5th job starts immediately, so no idle time. Now we have to write the idle time for machine A, machine B and machine C. The machine A completes the works at 42nd hour. The total completion time is 77. So for machine A, the idle time is 77 minus 42. That is 35 hours. The machine A idle time is 35 hours. Idle time for machine B, 2 plus 1 plus 11 plus 3 plus machine B completes the job at 45th hour. So 77 minus 45. So the total value is 49 hours. The idle time for machine B is 49 hours. Idle time for machine C is 8 hours. Next we have to write the minimum total elapsed time to complete the job, that is nothing but 77 hours. Minimum total elapsed time is 77 hours. Idle time for machine A is 35 hours. Idle time for machine B is 49 hours. Idle time for machine C is 8 hours. In this way you have to find the minimum total elapsed time for the given sequencing problem. If you have 3 machine means first you have to convert 3 machine problem into 2 machine problem, and then you have to find the optimum sequence. For finding optimum sequence we need 2 machine problem. And then you find time in and time out for all the 3 machines. After that you will get idle time for all the 3 machines, and also we get minimum total elapsed time to complete all the jobs. Hope you all understand. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.